Adam Cole walked slowly through the vast gates of the Alliance Hall. The building was enormous, with walls that glimmered in colors he had never seen before. Light bent and shifted around the tall columns. He felt small here. Even though he had survived battles humans were not meant to survive, this place made him feel fragile. His armor was broken. A long scratch ran across his chest plate. One shoulder piece hung loose, and the helmet he carried in his hand had a dent that looked like it came from a falling rock or a sharp blade. Smoke stains marked the edges of his armor, proof of the fire he had walked through. He kept his eyes forward. He did not look at the aliens staring at him. Whispers ran through the hall. Many aliens had long necks, scales, and skin in colors Adam could not name. Some had 6 arms. Some had no eyes, but instead had glowing orbs on their heads. They were all watching him, judging him. Some laughed quietly. "Humans are weak," said one. His voice was thin and hissed like air escaping from a small hole. "Look at his armor," said another. "It is broken. He will fail." Adam did not respond. He had learned long ago that words from others did not matter. Actions mattered. Every scar on his body, every dent on his armor, told a story he did not need to explain. At the far end of the hall, sitting on a throne taller than any building Adam had seen, was High Commander Vestra. She was large, even for her species, with blue scales that shined like glass. Her eyes were sharp, cold, and calculating. She had heard of humans before. Many in her fleet said they were weak and stubborn. Some said they were clever but fragile. She wanted to see for herself. "You may enter," she said, her voice deep like rolling stones. Adam stepped forward. The floor was smooth and bright. His boots made a soft sound echoing through the hall. The whispers continued, but he ignored them. He had not survived the battle that left him like this by ignoring danger. He had survived because he faced it. A young human engineer, Laura King, stood behind the gate where humans were allowed to wait. She had come with Adam to this meeting. Her hands shook a little. She wanted to step forward and stop him, but she knew she could not. Humans were not welcome in these halls without permission, and Adam had the right to enter. "Be careful," she whispered to him. Adam nodded slightly. He did not speak. He had learned that words could distract. His body, his courage, and his history spoke louder than any speech. Vestra raised her hand and the laughter stopped. Silence filled the hall. Even the whispers vanished. The aliens waited. They wanted to see what this human could do. They wanted to see if he was just a broken soldier or something more. "You have survived a human battle that few of your kind would attempt," Vestra said. Her voice was sharp, but it carried a hint of curiosity. "You are here to prove that humans can fight among us. Is that correct?" Adam nodded again. He did not bow or kneel. His species had never been known for formal ceremonies, and he had learned that pride mattered in survival. Vestra smiled slightly, not with kindness, but with the amusement of a predator watching prey. "We will see." The hall shifted. The floor opened slightly in the center, showing a projection platform. Light rose from the platform, forming images in the air. Adam could see them clearly. They were moving, alive. "Step forward," Vestra commanded. Adam moved carefully. His armor scraped, making small noises. Some aliens covered their mouths to hide laughter. They thought he would stumble, that he would fail before the test began. When he stood on the platform, the images around him changed. He saw the battle that had left him in this broken armor. Fire burned everywhere. Buildings fell. Giant beasts roared as they struck down enemies. Adam saw himself running through smoke and fire, fighting, dodging, and surviving. Every movement was difficult. Every strike took effort. Every step hurt. The hall was silent. Even the aliens who had laughed before now watched, fascinated. Some could not hide the shock on their faces. Adam did not flinch. He did not falter. He had done all of this already, and now he was letting others witness it. He had no reason to lie or exaggerate. The truth of his struggle was enough. Laura watched from the gate. She felt pride and fear at the same time. Humans were not known for their strength in the Alliance. Most humans relied on technology, on numbers, on strategy. But Adam had survived with nothing but courage, skill, and determination. The projection ended. Adam was still standing. His armor was damaged, his body bruised and scarred, but he was alive. Vestra's eyes narrowed slightly. She had expected a human to fail. She had expected a small, weak soldier. Instead, she saw someone who had survived impossible odds. Someone who could fight even when everything was against him. "You are brave," she said finally. "But bravery alone does not win wars. You must show more than courage. You must show skill, strategy, and resilience." Adam did not answer. He did not need to. He had shown everything already. One of the aliens in the hall stepped forward. His name was Reichel. He had 6 arms, each one armed with sharp blades. "He is lucky," Reichel said. "That is all. Humans are lucky when they survive battles like that." Adam turned his head slightly, just enough to meet Reichel's gaze. He did not smile. He did not speak. He simply looked. His eyes were steady, full of quiet strength. Reichel shifted uncomfortably. He had expected a weak human, one who would bow and beg. Instead, he saw someone who had survived fire, falling metal, and giant beasts, and he was unbroken. Vestra watched this exchange silently. She could feel a change inside her. She had mocked humans before. She had thought they were only useful for repairs, scouting, and minor combat. But this human was different. He carried the will of his species in his body, in his scars, in the way he walked. Adam stepped down from the projection platform. The hall was large, and his movements echoed. Every step was deliberate, controlled, calm. He had survived more than anyone here could imagine, and he carried that knowledge quietly, without arrogance or complaint. Laura ran to his side once he was off the platform. "You did it," she whispered. "They've never seen anything like that." Adam nodded. "It's not over," he said. "This was just the start." Vestra rose from her throne. Her scales shimmered with light, making her appear even larger than she was. "You will face a test now," she said. "A real test, one that will decide if humans are worthy of standing with us in battle." Adam straightened. He did not hesitate. He had faced death before. He had faced battles no human was supposed to survive. He would face this too. The whispers started again, but this time they were softer. Aliens began to murmur to each other. Some looked worried. Could this human survive another challenge? Could he prove himself not just once, but over and over? Adam knew that the next challenge would be hard. He also knew that he would survive, not because he was lucky, not because he was better than anyone else, but because humans had a way of never giving up. Humans had a way of fighting even when the odds were impossible. He took a deep breath. His armor creaked. His body ached. Every scar burned slightly. But he walked forward, ready. The hall went silent again as he prepared for whatever was coming. The aliens were watching now, not with laughter, but with attention, some even with fear. Adam Cole had entered the hall broken, and yet he carried himself stronger than anyone expected. The whispers of doubt would not last long. For the first time, Vestra allowed herself a small thought. Perhaps humans were not weak. Perhaps they were something more. And Adam did not need to say a word. His body, his scars, and the courage in his eyes said everything. The hall waited. Adam stepped forward. The test had begun. Adam stood in the center of the hall. The light around him shifted and pulsed. The aliens around him waited. Even the ones who had laughed at his broken armor now watched quietly. Vestra's eyes followed every movement. She wanted to see if humans could do more than survive. They had to prove they could fight and think. You will face a challenge, Vestra said. This is not just a test of courage. It is a test of skill, of mind and body. Show us you are worthy. Adam nodded slightly. He did not speak. Words were not needed. His eyes were steady. A platform rose from the floor. Strange lights formed shapes in the air. Adam saw them clearly. They looked like buildings, machines, and strange creatures. They moved. They roared. They attacked. This is a memory projection, Vestra explained. It shows your last battle. You must fight it again. Not in the real world, but here. Show us how you survived. Show us why you lived. Adam's jaw tightened. He had walked through fire, through metal that fell from the sky, through creatures that could crush a human with one strike. Now he would do it again, in front of aliens who had laughed at him. The projection came alive. Smoke, fire, and chaos surrounded him. He could see every detail from the battle. Crumbling buildings, twisted metal, firestorms that burned the ground, giant beasts moving toward him, claws ready to strike. Adam moved instinctively. He dodged a falling beam of metal. He rolled past a firestorm. He struck at a creature with his broken weapon, hitting weak points he had learned in the real battle. Every move cost him energy. Every strike burned his arms and back. But he did not stop. The aliens watched in silence. Some of them leaned forward, unable to believe what they were seeing. A human, fragile and small compared to their species, was moving faster than any alien they had seen. Every strike, every dodge, was perfect. Laura watched from the side, her hands clenched. She could not look away. Adam had survived this battle before, but seeing it again, knowing every strike hurt him in real life, made her stomach twist. Adam did not falter. His armor creaked. The metal pressed into his bruised skin. He moved through the projection as if it were real, though he knew it was not. He could see the fear in the eyes of the creatures, the fire in the streets, the danger in every step. And he moved anyway. Some aliens whispered to each other. He is faster than he should be. He is stronger than we imagined. He survived fire, beasts, and falling towers. And now he does it again? Vestra's eyes narrowed. She had not expected a human to survive even once. Seeing Adam fight again, she felt a strange unease. Humans were not supposed to endure this. Humans were supposed to break. But Adam did not break. He moved with skill and focus she had not seen in any other species. Adam reached a point in the projection where the buildings were collapsing. A firestorm spread across the floor. A giant beast roared and charged. Adam's legs burned, his lungs screamed for air, but he jumped and rolled under the creature. He grabbed a falling piece of metal and used it to block its claws. The force hit him hard, and he fell to one knee. Pain shot through his body. He could feel every scar, every bruise, every burn from the real battle as if it were happening again. But he rose, slowly, carefully. The projection did not forgive mistakes. It did not stop. But Adam moved. The hall was silent. Even the youngest aliens who had laughed at his armor watched in awe. This human, this small, fragile human, was showing more skill than most alien soldiers ever had. Laura wanted to run to him, to help, but she stayed behind the line. She knew he had to do this alone. It was not about survival now. It was about respect. Adam's weapon, broken and bent, hit another creature. Sparks flew. The creature fell. He rolled again, avoiding fire, avoiding falling debris. Each movement was precise. Each strike was deliberate. Vestra could not hide her attention. She leaned forward. "Perhaps humans are not what we believed," she muttered. Adam reached a high platform in the projection. Flames burned around him. A large beast lunged. Adam leapt, swinging his broken weapon. The strike landed. The beast fell, smoke rising from its body. Adam did not pause. He ran across the platform, grabbed a piece of falling metal, and used it to shield himself from fire. His armor bent further, scratches deepening, smoke rising from it. Some aliens whispered fearfully, "If he can survive this, we are weak." Adam moved again, facing more creatures. Some were small but fast, some were huge but slow. He learned their patterns quickly. He dodged, rolled, struck. He moved with the memory of pain, the memory of fear, the memory of survival. Every step, every strike was calculated. Finally, the projection ended. Adam stood in the center of the hall, chest heaving. His armor was scorched further, dents deeper, but he was alive. Every movement, every strike, every decision had been perfect. The hall was quiet, no whispers, no laughter, just silence. Vestra rose slowly from her throne. Her scales shimmered. She did not speak at first. She had expected to see a weak human. She had expected to see failure. She had expected to see someone who would break under pressure. But Adam had done the impossible. "You have survived the projection," Vestra said at last. "You have shown skill, courage, and endurance. Many of us would fail where you have succeeded." Some aliens looked surprised. Others, still doubtful, whispered quietly. But no one laughed. The laughter had ended. Adam looked at Vestra. He did not bow. He did not speak. His eyes were steady, calm. They carried the truth of survival, the truth of endurance. His body, scarred and bruised, said what words could not. Laura ran forward once he stepped down from the projection platform. "Adam, you did it! They saw it!" Adam nodded. "They saw. That is all that matters." Vestra studied him. "Your armor is damaged. Your body shows the price you have paid. Humans fight differently than we imagined. You rely not only on strength, but on thought, skill, and adaptation. That is rare." Adam did not respond. He did not need to. He had already proven it. Reichel, the six-armed alien, stepped forward. "That was luck," he said. "You survived before, yes, but the projection is not real. Humans are still weak." Adam turned his head slightly. His gaze met Reichel's. It was quiet, calm, and full of certainty. He did not say a word, but Reichel understood. Luck had nothing to do with it. Humans survived because they refused to stop, refused to give in, refused to accept death when there was still a chance. Vestra's eyes softened slightly. She had mocked humans before. She had dismissed them as weak. But now, seeing Adam, she realized that she had been wrong. This one human, this small, scarred, and broken soldier, carried the strength of a species in his heart. "You will face one more test," Vestra said. "But for now, you have shown your value. Humans are not as weak as we believed." Adam's jaw tightened. He had expected more tests. He had survived before, and he would survive again. The hall waited. The aliens watched him carefully, no longer laughing, no longer whispering. Respect had begun to grow. Laura smiled faintly. "They will not forget this," she said. "Not now." Adam looked around the hall. His armor was broken, his body aching, but he felt ready. He had faced death before. He had survived battles no human was supposed to survive, and he would continue to survive no matter what the aliens threw at him. Vestra studied him from her throne. Her mind was changing. Humans were not weak. Humans could endure. Humans could fight with heart, skill, and courage that rivaled any species in the Alliance. The hall had mocked his broken armor before. Now, no one laughed. Adam Cole had entered the hall broken. Now, he stood alive, skilled, and unbroken in spirit. The test had begun, and the humans had shown their first true strength. The projection challenge had ended, but the real challenge, the one that would show the aliens the true power of humanity, was only just beginning. Adam took a deep breath. He flexed his fingers. His legs ached. Every scar, every bruise, every burn reminded him of the battles he had fought. And yet he did not falter. The hall watched. Adam moved forward. The whispers were gone. Only attention remained. He had proven that human grit was more than luck, more than skill, more than strength. It was something that could not be broken, something that could not be measured by armor or weapons. Adam Cole, human soldier, survivor, and fighter, was ready for what came next. Adam Cole stood in the hall, his breathing steady but his body sore. The projection had tested his mind, his reflexes, and his skill. Now, Vestra prepared the next challenge. The aliens had watched closely, some with admiration, some with doubt, but none with laughter. Vestra's scales shimmered under the lights. She rose slowly from her throne. "You have survived what few humans could," she said. "But now, you must show that you can fight without armor. Remove your chest plate. Remove everything that protects you. Show us the human beneath the metal." A ripple of whispers ran through the hall. Some aliens laughed quietly at the idea. Humans were fragile. They could not survive without armor. How could one fight without it? Adam's jaw tightened. He had expected this. He had faced stronger enemies than any alien in this hall. He had fought fire, beasts, collapsing towers, and enemy soldiers. And now he would face doubt. Not from enemies, but from those who did not believe in his species. He stepped forward. Slowly, deliberately, he began to remove his chest plate. The metal was heavy, scarred, dented, and scorched. It clanged against the floor, echoing through the hall. Aliens stared. Some raised eyebrows. Others whispered among themselves. Laura King watched from the side, holding her breath. She knew the price of survival. She knew what Adam had endured in the battle that had left him in this armor. She felt a mixture of fear and pride. Adam's chest was revealed. Burns and scars marked his skin. Bruises ran across his arms and shoulders. Muscles were tight, hardened from years of fighting, and his body carried the proof of human endurance. Every mark, every line told a story of pain and survival. The laughter in the hall stopped. Every alien who had whispered before fell silent. None of them had expected this. None had expected a human to survive battles that would kill most of their kind, and to show their wounds without shame. Vestra's eyes narrowed. She had mocked humans, dismissed their courage, and believed they were fragile. Now she was beginning to understand. Strength was not always in weapons or armor. Sometimes it was in will, in determination, and in the ability to endure pain and keep moving forward. Adam's gaze swept the hall. He did not see enemies. He did not see allies. He only saw the test before him. The next challenge would come, and he would meet it as he had met every other, with determination, focus, and calm. "Your armor hides nothing now," Vestra said. "Your body carries the truth of what you survived. Do you understand what this means?" Adam nodded. He did not speak. Words were not necessary. His body, scarred and bruised, carried the truth of every battle he had faced. Laura stepped closer. "They will respect you now," she said softly. "They cannot deny what you have done." Adam nodded again. "Respect is earned in fire," he said, "not given freely." Vestra studied him. She had expected a weak human. She had expected someone who could not endure the test without armor. Instead, she saw someone stronger than most of her soldiers, stronger in ways that could not be measured with weapons or strength tests. A sudden alarm echoed through the hall. Red lights flashed. Aliens and humans alike turned toward the observation windows. Outside, a fleet of unknown ships moved quickly toward the outer rim of the Alliance territory. Vestra's eyes sharpened. "The enemy is here," she said. "Our defenses are not ready. We must act immediately." Adam's body tensed. He had faced death before, and now it was real again. Not a projection, not a test. Real ships, real weapons, real lives at risk. Vestra turned to him. "Humans survive because they adapt," she said. Tell me how you survived before. How did you fight when everything was against you? Adam took a deep breath. Humans learn quickly. We adapt faster than most. We use our minds as much as our strength. We survive by thinking, planning, and moving when others cannot. Laura stepped to his side. He is right, she said. Adam and others like him do not rely on luck. We rely on quick thinking, teamwork, and endurance. That is why we survive. Vestra considered this. She had underestimated humans. She had assumed strength was physical. Now she saw it was also mental, creative, and relentless. The enemy fleet approached the outer rim. Ships larger than anything Adam had seen in the hall moved with precision. Weapons glowed with energy, ready to strike. Aliens panicked. Many claimed their defenses were not prepared. Adam turned to Vestra. We need to use what we have, he said. Not what we wish we had. Use the enemy's own shadows against them. Their formations are predictable. If we move fast, think fast, and strike in the gaps, we can stop them. Vestra raised an eyebrow. You are suggesting an untested tactic against a fleet stronger than ours? Adam nodded. Yes, it is risky, but it works if we move together. Humans survive by taking calculated risks and using every advantage. Some aliens muttered doubts. Others looked fearful. Reichel, the six-armed warrior, sneered. Humans are lucky, he said. Luck does not win wars. Adam's gaze met Reichel's. Calm. Certain. Luck has nothing to do with it, he said quietly. Humans survive because we never stop, even when everything is against us. That is our strength. Vestra nodded slowly. She made a decision. We will try your plan, she said. Human, you will lead a mixed team of humans and aliens. Show us what you mean. Adam's chest burned, his muscles ached. But he felt ready. This was the real test. Not a projection, not a ceremony. Real ships, real weapons, real lives. He would not fail. Laura followed him, helping him prepare a small device he had recovered from the battlefield. It was simple but powerful, capable of disrupting enemy sensors. Adam smiled faintly. This will help, he said. It will give us the edge we need. Aliens and humans gathered. Some were nervous, some eager. The mixed team moved quickly. Adam gave calm instructions, simple and clear. He did not yell, he did not panic. Every word carried authority, not because of rank, but because of respect earned in battle. The fleet reached the outer rim. Enemy ships fired energy beams. The team moved fast. Adam guided them through the gaps in the shadows, using their formations against them. Small ships darted forward, striking at weak points. Human ingenuity combined with alien precision. The enemy faltered. Their ships collided. Their weapons misfired. Adam led the charge personally, moving through danger with calculated risk. He dodged energy blasts, guided his team, and struck critical points in enemy ships. Laura watched, amazed. Adam's plan worked. The team moved with speed and skill, using their minds as much as their weapons. Humans were not just surviving, they were leading. Vestra observed from the command deck. She had doubted humans before. Now she saw their true power. Not raw strength, not technology alone, but the courage to act, the will to endure, and the ability to adapt faster than any alien species she knew. The enemy fleet began to retreat. Their numbers were too few to counter Adam's tactics. Every strike, every movement was precise. The outer rim was safe. Back in the hall, Vestra stood before the assembly. Humans are no longer to be underestimated, she declared. They fight not because of luck, not because of armor, but because of courage, skill, and will. Today, we have seen what they can do. Adam returned to the hall, exhausted but unbroken. His armor was scorched, his body bruised, but his spirit was strong. No one laughed at his broken armor now. No one whispered doubt. Respect had been earned. Reichel approached cautiously. "You survived again," he said. "I do not understand it. Humans are remarkable." Adam simply nodded. Words were unnecessary. His actions spoke for him. Laura smiled. "They will remember this," she said. "Not just your strength, but your heart." Vestra studied Adam. "The hall mocked your broken armor before," she said quietly. "But now no one dares laugh. You have shown us that human grit is more than metal, more than strength. It is a force of its own." Adam did not respond. He did not need to. Every scar, every bruise, every burned muscle carried the truth. Humans survived because they refused to stop. Humans survived because they endured. Humans survived because they had heart. The hall was silent. Adam stood among allies and former skeptics alike. He had proven his species. He had survived the test of courage, skill, and endurance. And the real challenge, the battles to come, would see humans leading, not following. Adam took a deep breath. He flexed his arms. His body ached, but his spirit burned bright. He had survived projections, doubt, and real battle. He would survive again. The hall had mocked his broken armor. Now the hall understood. Adam Cole, human soldier, survivor, and fighter, was no longer just a man. He was a symbol of human grit, endurance, and courage, and this was only the beginning.